Hey guys, welcome back to F8 Studio. My name is Sareem. I'm from the Product Partnerships team at Facebook. I'm joined here by some amazing developers who've built services for the FreeBasics platform, and they're trying to change the world. So we're going to be talking to them about their experience on FreeBasics. First off, I've got Walter here from Malawi Tech, from Maternity Tech based out of Malawi.
Yeah.
And next is Sophia from Club Internet, who is based out of Lahore, Pakistan, building digital literacy solutions. Mm-hmm. And last but not the least, we have Eddie from Tambera.com, who's a startup based in Argentina doing agricultural technology. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks. So we're going to get started with Walter. So Walter, tell us a little bit about Maternity Tech. Why did you guys build for FreeBasics?
Well, we decided to build for FreeBasics, considering that in my country, not a lot of people have got access to Android phones. The number of people having phones is increasing, but still a lot of people are using low-end phones. So we decided to build for FreeBasics so that those who don't have Android phones should not be restricted from accessing the app. So we decided to convert this app to a website so that they can be able to access the same information as someone having an Android phone through a mobile site, which would be on FreeBasics.
Mm.
Great. And Eddie and Sophia, I think you guys have had similar reasons to build on FreeBasics. But maybe you can talk, Eddie, you can tell us a bit more about the impact that building for FreeBasics has had on your business and your cause.
Well, one of the things that we found is that we start to grow a lot in countries where we didn't expect that we will have that kind of tractions, like Benin or Iraq. And one of the most important challenge we have is how to reach farmers in all these developing countries. And through FreeBasics, we found that it's a very good channel to reach the people we are trying to reach with our application.
Great. And Sophia, you obviously focus a lot on digital literacy. Yeah. What kind of impact have you seen with FreeBasics?
Well, in terms of numbers, we've been able to add about 250,000 monthly active users, which is great. But aside from the numbers, the impact we've been able to have, the kind of feedback we get from users, how they benefited from our platform, and they tell us what else they want to learn. In fact, just recently we've added a healthcare feature which connects patients to doctors. So we're connecting about 50 patients to doctors every day.
Wow.
So just watching a person who could not use the internet now actually use it to improve his life is pretty amazing to watch.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And Walter, I mean, you work with a very interesting segment in Malawi, women and specifically mothers. So what has been your biggest lesson in terms of working with that when you're building services for that specific audience in Malawi? Maybe if you can give us a sense of what are some of the barriers that are preventing women from accessing information, and how this, what learnings can you share with us?
Well, in my country, there's a lot of problems in accessing important information, because there's a lot of social and cultural issues which cause that. And as a result, women share misconceptions about these kinds of things. So we want to clarify on those misconceptions. So let me point out that the lesson that we have learned from FreeBasics is that when building such kinds of apps, you should know who are the consumers of your product. You should know your audience, and you need to program specifically according to the context, like the social and the cultural context of your audience. Like in my country, for example, the way I would make an app to like the same maternal health app, on the way I would illustrate, let's say, nutritional issues would be different from the way I would illustrate the same issues in an app for maternal health made for people of the United States, because the literacy levels are quite different, the social cultural contexts are quite different, and these contexts affect all of these processes. So you really need to be sensitive in a positive kind of way. So yeah, you need to customize your content to fit your specific context.
Great, thank you. And Eddie, just along the same lines, you've you're a great example of a local service built in Argentina, but you scale almost in every country in the world where Free Basics is available. Can you share a little bit of learnings and how does a service that is so socially impactful, how does it grow to scale to new countries?
Well, first, we learn how to redesign our app to support the scale, because right now we are in almost 37 countries or 36 countries.
36 countries.
With free services. And we have to learn how to translate our app to all these languages. The languages actually I didn't know 1 or 2 years ago. And because we are based in a rural area of Argentina, it's hard for us to reach translators. And so we decided to create a platform to make all the translation for our users. We have to we ask for help to them.
So you built this yourself?
Yes, exactly.
It's a crowdsourcing platform.
Yes, it was a crowdsourcing platform to translate the content of our app in different languages.
Wow.
So one of the most important challenges to reach farmers in each country is that they don't speak English in non-English speaking countries. So we need to put our content in different languages. So it's important to develop a multi-language platform. And the other thing is that we work with farmers worldwide, but farms are not equal worldwide. In some countries, they are more focused on goats, and in other ones, they are more focused on cattle or buffalo. So we adapt the homepage for each culture and each language, and that combination and production, more common production service or way they have. So that's important because users, like Walter said, need to understand that it's a tool that understand they too. So the idea of Tambero is that trying to provide local content, more focusing on what they really need, not just because we are global, offering the same services for everyone. So one of the main keys to develop an application for different cultures and different languages is that you need to customize not just the language,
just the language.
The whole experience should be important. And there are another challenges, like for example, in some language the words are very large, and in another are just a few graphs. So you need to develop a user experience that can support both kind of language, right to left, left to right, and graph and laughing characters, or for example Urdu or Hindi or Bengali.
Fascinating. And Sophia, so Club Internet is trying to get the next billion online. It sounds very similar to the mission of internet.org, but can you kind of give a sense of when you're working with the unconnected, what is it from a design perspective or UX perspective, that any learnings that you've actually come across that you can share with us?
Well, actually, when we started about 2 years ago, we spent a lot of our resources to actually conduct usability tests to understand how the unconnected actually interact with the internet, how they respond to the UI, and what barriers do they face in coming online. And what a lot of people don't understand is the internet is not really plug and play for the unconnected. You can't just hand them a internet-enabled device and expect them to, start surfing the internet or putting up pictures on Instagram. Their mental models when it comes to such technology are very different from ours. Even basic concepts such as username or password or how a drop-down menu works are very alien to them. So we made sure to keep these limitations in mind when designing for them, and just hand-holding them through very basic things which you and I would take for granted because it's something really new for them. So yeah.
Interesting. And Walter, I'm going to ask you the last question. Can you share with us the most exciting thing that you found at F8?
Well, the most exciting thing that I experienced here was to be able to meet with people from different countries, like to be able to understand whatever they're doing. And so we've learned a lot from them and still learning because we're still interacting with them.
Well, we have a diverse group of people right here. So, you know, different verticals, maternal health, unconnected digital literacy, and farmers, and from different countries. Really pleasure to be on this panel with you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Hope you guys have enjoy the rest of your F8.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.